Chevy Chase.
Welcome back. It's time for our morning chat, and today it's about a breakout crime fiction series set against the vivid backdrop of Naples, Italy that's getting national buzz, complete with rave reviews and even a potential jump to the TV screen. We're so excited to welcome best-selling author Elizabeth Heider to talk about her latest release, Children of the Savage City, and the story behind her fast-rising series. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Yes. Well, okay, so let's just start. Your background is very interesting because
bizarre. It's bizarre.
Well, interesting. You have a PhD in physics.
In physics, yes.
That's amazing.
Weird, right? Yeah.
So how did you go from physicist to writer?
Well, I always actually have written, right?
Okay.
So I always write to process the world. And so even when I was doing my physics PhD, I was writing novels and I was like journaling a lot and sort of using that to sort of process my emotional landscape. And I don't know why it never occurred to me to go get another degree doing something else. But I also loved physics, right? So I wanted to do that. And then I went on to work as an analyst for the United States Navy. I was as a civilian analyst, I would deploy on ships and I would, aircraft carrier, amphibious transport dock ship down in Africa. And it was just such a wonderful experience. And of course I didn't want to give any of that up, but I sort of accumulated all of these interesting experiences and I learned about how power works. I learned about how individuals work in institutions. And then I sort of ended up folding that into my writing.
Okay. And we're so glad you did.
Thank you.
And a lot of people journal, a lot of people write, but then how does that turn into a book and it gets published immediately by,
one of the biggest
Penguin, right? So I think there's two aspects to writing, I believe, right? There's the experiential part where you're trying to actually describe this is how the world works, these are the facts of the world. But I also think there's a huge component of it that has to do with like our interiority, like how are we thinking and feeling and experiencing things. And one of the things I noticed when I was working with the military and other organizations is that I thought I could change minds by like having the right facts, I could collect the right data, and that people would make decisions based off of data. But they don't. People, like story is our human operating system, right?
True.
And so I realized too that, okay, why is that? Why is that? It's because we don't just exist in facts, right? We exist in these layers of story and the stories we tell ourselves. And so if I want to tell the truth, the best way to do that is through story.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So let's talk about the main character. So this is the second book in the series.
It is, yes.
And so what is her name? What's her story?
Okay, her name is Nikki Serafino, and she is an investigator for a unit called Phoenix 7, which is a name I made up, but it actually is an analog to a real-world unit that does this. So basically, if a U.S. service member or their family gets involved in some sort of incident or crime, like they're robbed or, you know what I mean, a car accident or something, this group in Phoenix 7 are sent to the scene to liaise with a local law enforcement, right? And so this is the job. So this character is actually inspired by a real-world person that I know. She's really amazing, and so she does this incredible work with these people. And I've been friends with her for like 17 years or something at this point. And I was actually visiting Naples at one point, and she said, "I'll take you sailing." So we were sailing in the Bay of Naples, okay? And she co-owns a boat with this undercover police officer. And I'm just looking.
It's writing itself.
I know. I was like, how are you not? And I could just see the series, you know, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to write this, you know. And they very kindly like supported this. So I would like get a list of questions, just basic things like, okay, when you go to work, do you call each other by your first or your last names? Or like, you know, do you wear a uniform? And like, what are the shift schedules? And how does this work, you know? And they very kindly consulted with me. And I got like tours of the Naples police headquarters, and then also I would have like specific requests. I would be like, I really need to understand this neighborhood. So and there would be places that would be too dangerous for me to go myself. So then I would fly down there, and then they would take me into these places, and it was just really spectacular. So yeah, so this was sort of the basis of this. But this book takes place. There's a murder in this very famous church called Chiesa del Gesù Nuovo. So if you ever go to Naples, it's just gorgeous. It's an amazing church, right? And then there's a young woman stabbed to death in this church. And so this is the beginning. It's happening during Mass. And so this is the story that starts here. Yes.
I love it. Well, people can come see you tonight.
Yes,
You're going to be at Joseph Beth You're doing a book signing.
I am.
Give us the details.
Yes. Okay. So Joseph Beth is a fabulous partner.
Oh,
so they hosted me for this first book, May the Wolf Die. And by the way, you can read this as a standalone. Like you don't need to start with the first one if you want. But so Joseph Beth is hosting in Lexington tonight at 7 o'clock, and then tomorrow night in Cincinnati at Joseph Beth as well. So I have two events there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And more books are planned.
Yes.
And then even possibly a TV series?
Yes, a TV series.
Oh, it's exciting.
I can't give the details of like who's doing this, but there's a major studio that has picked this up and optioned it, and it's been picked up for development by a streaming platform that everybody knows.
Oh,
You are phenomenal. You're such an inspiration to women and men all over the world.
she's like the original. She's like Charlie's Angels.
but better.
Yes, the modern version.
Yeah.
With absolute clumsiness, though. I cannot attack anybody. So all of the fight scenes are choreographed by an actual martial artist.
Really?
I
Oh my
wrote them
gosh,
down,
that's
but that's
awesome.
not me, right? Like I can imagine them nicely, but I couldn't actually do them myself.
Well, the pen is mightier than the sword,
Yeah.
Liz. And
Hopefully,
you're
yes.
proving that with your work. I can't wait to read it.
Thank you so
Congratulations.
much.
Thank
Awesome
you for
meeting
stopping by Live from
Thank you
Chevy
so
Chase and sharing
much.
this with us.
And I hope you're able to come tonight and everybody's able to
we
come.
wish we could. We're emceeing an event.
Oh, no.
But
Okay.
next time.
Next time.
Yes,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Thank you so much,
Thank
ladies.
you, Liz.
Thank you. So nice to
And we're
meet
going
you.
to have all of the information for Children of the Savage City book signing on the screen. Check it out.